Hello, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to some more Separate Ways on Resident Evil 4, where we are getting closer to finishing up the village portion for Ada. Let's go ahead and load up the shotgun because we're about to have to mess with a twin, or not twin, one of the sisters. I keep forgetting I can't do that. Oh yeah, it must be locked. Gotta find that key. That's right. We have to find the key first. Kind of forgot about that. Ada's the one that gets the lift or whatever activated so that Leon can eventually get down here. So we have to go do that real quick. And I think the merchant is over here. And I just like to admire the castle. It's just such a great little location. Oh, kicking in the door. So I finally got around to watching Welcome to Raccoon City yesterday, which was the 27th that I watched it. And my god, that was so bad. I've been holding off on watching it just because I knew it was going to be really bad, and so I wasn't like dying to go see it or anything like that. But man, it was rough. There's just so many plot points, and I don't know why they went the direction that they decided to go in.
Is that old? Thank you. Is that old, stranger?
Wait. I might have something I can set that in later. Or wait, no. That's just for Leon.
Is that old,
I think now I can sell it. Because I think that was just for Leon's puzzle. Yeah, look at this. These gold eggs. 3,000. Like, that's crazy. Even if you combine a brown egg and a regular egg together, a simple golden egg still outmatches it combined. But yes, Welcome to Raccoon City was just a really rough story to watch. Because I just don't understand why they do what they do when they make these things. Like, I understand you have to add to the story a little bit from a movie standpoint, transitioning from a gameplay standpoint, because you can't have it be exactly a mirror image of a video game and how everything plays out in that way. But you can add more fluff to it that doesn't interfere with the flow of the actual story's lore. They had such weird crap in that movie, like Lisa Trevor, for some unknown reason, is good. Like, she's not evil mutated monster. She's actually a good character that's like friends with Claire. And that's another thing. Claire and Chris are in the what am I thinking of here? The orphanage of Raccoon City as children, and Birkin adopts Chris as his child, basically. I mean, it's just things like that that don't make any sense to the plot. It's just so off. I gotta be prepared. I think people pop up behind me, don't they? But yeah, it was bad. Freaking Leon, they just make him a moron in this version. Because I had heard people in my Resident Evil group talk about it. I need you to die. People in the Resident Evil group were talking about it. Like, they made Leon an idiot, but it's even worse than that because he's stupid, but they make Claire like the experienced one who has like all these badass moments and things like that. And it's like, what? Claire's supposed to be a college student. Like, that's what she is. And she simply goes to Raccoon City to visit her brother. Like, that's what she was doing in the actual lore. She just goes to Raccoon City to simply... Man, back up. That's what she's doing, though. She just goes there to visit her brother. Oh, wow, that was awesome. Oh, that should have killed you in that range. But yeah, she goes there originally to visit her brother, but in the movie, she goes there to basically like warn her brother Chris of Umbrella and all the terrible things that they are doing and whatnot. What the heck? How did that not hit him just now? That was odd. But that's what she does. She tries to warn him, and she finds him like immediately and tells him, but he doesn't believe her because William Birkin's been so good to him growing up and all this other random stuff, and it's just so bad. I mean, I already knew it was going to be pretty bad when they took the first game and the second game and fused them into one movie. Like, that was going to be bad. And it's even worse than I was anticipating, because the way I was envisioning it, the first half was going to be like Resident Evil 1, and then the second half was going to be the events of Resident Evil 2. Like, okay, here's Resident Evil 1, and then it's going to be like something happens, and it's going to be like 1 month later, and then the events of Resident Evil 2 would happen. No, it's literally all mixed and blended together. You literally have all of it mixed together. Chris, Jill, who else? Leon and Sherry. I think that's everyone. Yeah, Chris, Jill, Leon, and Sherry all escape together the same way that Leon, Claire, and Sherry escape in Resident Evil 2. It's just so weird. You get no tyrant from the mansion. You get no hunters. There's no Jan, Neptune. They're only referenced when Jill like says something along the lines of what would be a worse way to die, getting beat by a shark or a snake or something like that. Like, so they only get referenced. There's no Plant 42. And for people who say like they had to do it that way so that there would be the movies would be long enough because you couldn't make Resident Evil 1 a long enough movie, I don't believe that for a second. I believe there is plenty of content within Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 2 to make separate movies. Like, plenty of enough content. Because they cut out so much. You didn't have, like I said, the Hunters, the Tyrant, Plant 42, all those other things right there. You didn't have any of that. And really, you don't even explore a lot of the mansion. I think all you do is you see the main like entrance of the mansion, and then from there it's the one room that the first zombie is in, and that's pretty much the only like iconic locations that I remember seeing from the mansion. There's none of the other stuff. Like, you don't see like the kitchen, or you don't see the or they do have the piano room. It's different, but they do have the piano room where originally either Rebecca or Jill would play Moonlight Sonata, but instead it's Wesker for some reason, and Wesker is like a hybrid of Ada and Hunk. Like, he's not even Wesker, he's literally a hybrid of Ada and Hunk, because at the end of that movie, Ada hires him for a job. You know, it's weird when in original lore, it's Wesker that had hired her for a job to get the G virus. So it's like a huge mess. You don't get Mr. X in this movie. It's just bad. I mean, bad. And it's in a lot of ways, it's worse than the Anderson movies, because the Anderson movies, those were bad because it just had the Resident Evil name, and then wasn't really Resident Evil. It just had a couple of things here and there that was like in reference to it, like having Nemesis show up and, you know, little things like that. But it was basically like its own separate take of Resident Evil, where Alice was the main character, and our main characters of the game sort of took a back seat to Alice, and that's what that was. But this is worse in my opinion, because this was supposedly for the fans, and it was going to like, can I open this? No, I can't. It was supposedly going to be for the fans and, you know, super close to what the video game's lore is and everything like that. And instead, it just goes way off the rails with so many things, and it's just so annoying. It's like, why can they not make a game or a movie based off a game be good? I don't feel like Resident Evil would be that hard to do, because it's like you can keep some of the iconic puzzles and stuff like that and then fill it in a little bit, and from there you know, just give it some fluff so that the story doesn't end in like 2 seconds. But I think that's really what they should have done, is just keep the core element of the story and don't do all this weird change of the story where it's like Claire and Chris have a bad relationship. They were from the orphanage, and now Lisa Trevor's a friend, and just stupid plots that nobody wanted to see. Like, nobody wanted any of this to happen. Alright, well, we're about to get into a cutscene, so let's go talk to Luis.
I forgot something. You guys go on ahead.
Louis.
Hey, señorita. Got a light and some smokes to go with it to make my day?
Where's the sample?
Okay, we skipped the foreplay. As a matter of fact, I was just going to get it. Where's the love, baby?
Sounds like fun to me. Just hurry up.
Okay, lady. Where do you stand on all of this? Exactly what kind of group are you working for?
There are some things in the world better off not knowing. This is one of them.
Fine. I can take a hint. I don't care who you are, as long as you get rid of that old man and his religious friends.
You know, if Luis knows these areas so well, like all these little secret paths and all that, wouldn't you think he'd know a way to escape the whole village and not have to sit here and rely on Ada and Leon? Like, I don't know, I feel like he could have escaped in some way.
Among all the people involved in this, Luis Serra has the least entanglements. He works for no organization, preferring to move on his own. I'm the one who told the organization of his importance. I did it because I like him. His history betrays an enthusiasm I once shared. It was a stroke of luck that I happened to intercept his email for help. It seems he can't trust the police, so he sent the email to an old friend from college. He must have thought his friend was still alive. At any rate, that's how I managed to find him. Apparently, he's been conducting his own investigation of the cult while doing research on Las Plagas. A brilliant scientist. He's accumulated a pile of data and pieced it all together. Must be why Sadler hired him. Too bad Sarah's snooping has aroused his suspicion. When I told him who I was, he practically begged to be taken into custody. He needed protection. He said, I have no love for Las Plagas or this stupid cult. I want out. I just want peace and quiet again. I ordered him to bring me a Master Plaga specimen, a sample for evidence. Looks like he's one of the few people whom Sadler actually trusts. Tracking him down and getting my hands on the sample shouldn't be difficult. I doubt the cult will take kindly to his escape, though. I'll have to guide this along if I want it to go smoothly.
Okay, great. No. Yes. Not saving just yet. We got plenty of other stuff to do as we begin chapter 3. I love that Ada just has glasses, flash grenade glasses.
I can see them.
Sorry, but following a lady's lead just isn't my style.
Put them up now.
Bit of using knives next time. Works better for close encounters.
Leon. Long time no see.
Ada. So it is true.
True? About what?
You, working with Wesker.
I see you've been doing your homework.
Why, Ada?
What's it to you?
Why are you here? Why'd you show up like this?
See you around.
Ada!
Luis has succeeded in recovering the sample. He's waiting in the castle. Get in contact with him, ASAP.
Understood.
And that US government lapdog, Leon. If you do happen to encounter him, put him out of commission. We can't let him interfere with our plans.
He has no idea what's going on. He's nothing we need to worry about.
He's a survivor of Raccoon City. We can do without the extra distraction. Take him out.
Leon.
So here's my question. Retrieve the sample. How on earth did Wesker know that Luis got the sample? Like, how would he know that? Because obviously he's not communicating with Wesker. So I guess the only thing I could think of would be that
Got a selection of good things on set.
the only thing I can think of is that he's looking at it from his satellite up above. Yeah, unless he was using the GPS and he saw Luis get the sample, I don't know how else he would have known
What are you buying?
that happened.
Is that all, strange?
Ooh, wow. We took up so much space. God, I didn't realize we used up so much of this room already.
Thank you.
How much was the bow gun? I didn't even look at the price. 70,000. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, well,
Come back anytime.
I like this bow gun. The only bow gun that I hate in the series is Code Veronica. That bow gun is trash. It's just the worst. I don't know how they messed up the bow gun in that game so much, because it's like RE2's bow gun's not that bad, but then you get freaking Code Veronica and they just decided to make it suck because it doesn't have like an auto aim to it. All the other weapons Claire will auto aim, but the bow gun, she doesn't do that. The bow gun is just a free shot type of situation. You gotta hope you hit your target, and even if you do hit the target, the damage output is just trash. It doesn't hardly do any damage. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Set that thing there. Alright, so a couple of Ganados who want to jump out and challenge me. They want this. The other thing I love about Separate Ways, we get more castle content. Like, how is that not a win? We get to hang out in the castle even longer. Which is always a bonus. Alright, first aid, shotgun. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see, what do we got? What do we got? I also like how in this game, Krauser is basically Ada's final boss in the thing. Even though Leon has all the relationship with, past relationship with Krauser, Ada is the one to have him as the final boss. Because she doesn't fight any other boss like opponents in this game. She avoids Chief Mendez. She doesn't have to deal with Sadler, except, well, actually I take that back. I completely cut that out of my brain there for a second. She actually does fight Sadler. She gets to fight Humanoid Sadler, which is a much better fight than his mutated form. Like, way funner. I love fighting Sadler in the Separate Ways campaign. It's just so much more of a challenge because he has so many different movesets that he can do. You know, he has his whole super speed that he can do, and his whole thing where he like absorbs your bullets. You can't even use the TMP against him. If you try to use the TMP against him, he will simply absorb your bullets and fire them at you. You have to fight him with either the handgun, the bow gun, or the shotgun. Like, those are your only real options. The TMP, you can't really use it until he's like exposes his eyeball from his mouth. Once that part happens, then you can freely shoot him with the TMP and he'll take damage in the eye. But aside from that, he's just going to absorb that stuff and fire it back at you. But I do love that boss fight. I feel like I'm forgetting one of the chests. Let me see. Am I forgetting? Got the merchant over there. Yeah, I am. I'm missing the one that's over there. I'm not going to worry about it though, because it's more than likely first aid or shotgun shells or something like that. I don't think it was anything too tremendous. And even then, if we want to say it is something like treasure, Separate Ways is not a game where you have to have all the treasures. Like, you can easily beat this game without doing all of that. Because all I really need is the bow gun at this point. We have the large case now, so we're good. So I just need to save up to get 70,000, and then I'll have the bow gun. And from there, we'll be rocking and rolling. Alright, I think that's everything in this room. I'm trying to think. Can I go out this way real quick? Get those things out of that chest room. Since Leon can't do this himself. Die, sucker! Take that money, don't mind me. Oh no, you got me. Such a weird concept of an area because there's no way to get in here. You know, like what is the point of this room? You literally cannot get in this room any other way except for doing what Ada's doing with the hook shot, because the door's way up there. Like, who designed this? It's the weirdest design. Okay, never mind. For some reason I was thinking these were 2 levels and this was the bottom level, but I see it now. For a second there I thought that was a weird design because my brain was thinking there was 2 doors for some reason. No! Oh, I wish you'd give me some handgun. Oh wait, I do have handgun. Didn't even notice I had 5 handgun bullets. I primarily play a lot of the time with the handgun when I play these sort of games. I like to try to save all the big guns for the big bosses a lot of the times, because that's what you do in Resident Evil. Like classic Resident Evil, that was always the recipe. Classic Resident Evil, you save things like not shotgun. You saved things like the Magnum rounds for the bosses. You didn't want to use Magnum rounds on like a zombie, because that'd always be like a huge waste. Because you shoot a zombie with a Magnum, of course that's going to get killed. It's a freaking zombie. Keep expecting a snake to pop up any minute. Oh wait, was there something on the table just now? And then I don't think I can go out this way, can I? Oh, I can. Oh wait, this takes me... This takes me in here. I don't want to go in this way though. Yeah, I don't want to go in this way because I don't want to start that. I'm actually going to go back to where we met Leon and save, because we're getting up to 27 minutes now and I don't want to extend too much longer. Oh wait, how did I miss this guy? Come on, come on. God. Oh, come on. Why don't y'all have the cool... Ah, he still got it all on me. Alright. Dang it. Alright, didn't kill him with one slash. This is the door I don't think you can go in, right? Alright, cool. Yeah, but I think I'll go ahead and get ready to end this episode. And then next time we'll go through this way over here. Is there really no treasure over here? I don't know why I keep thinking there was a treasure over there. Dun, 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 dun. Go ahead and load up this shotgun while we're thinking about it. So yes, I am going to go ahead and wrap up this episode here. Next episode we will put this stuff in here, fight the Garador creature thing, and get closer to finishing up the castle, because the castle is actually a very short segment. It's shorter than the island, actually, when you think about it, because it basically just gets to the point where Luis gets killed, and then that's that. But yeah, I'll go ahead and end this episode here. I shall see you all on the next one. See ya then.